Hi, I'm Tony Van Veen, CEO of Discmakers. Today I'm going to talk about AI, or artificial intelligence in music. So much has been talked and written about how AI and machine learning will disrupt the entire music business. Will whole genres of artists become extinct at some point because of some AI robot writing, recording, and even singing better songs than you can? Could you become extinct? My days of writing, recording, and performing music are long behind me. But if I was still an active artist today, I'd want to know the answers to these three big questions surrounding AI and music. Number one, how will AI and machine learning impact the business of music that I'm part of? Number two, how will it impact me and the music I create and perform? And number three, do I need to jump on this AI train? And what happens if I don't? Today I'll be tackling those questions. I'll also be discussing whether AI is or will ever be good enough to actually replace human musicians and which artists are most at risk of being displaced by AI. I'll talk about how and where you can use machine learning and artificial intelligence to help you in your musical endeavors, and I'll offer my take on what happens to you if you don't embrace AI for music. And then there's one more cool thing I'll share with you at the end. As part of my prep for this video, I actually went to ChatGPT, the natural language AI bot from OpenAI that's been in the news a ton lately, and I asked ChatGPT how AI was going to impact the music industry in general and the independent artists specifically. At the end of this video, I'll share a link where you can download a transcript of that discussion. It's actually really interesting what an AI bot thinks about AI. That document also includes links to a number of AI companies and resources that you can check out and start using today for your music if you're so inclined. So let's get started. How will AI impact the music business? Well, not to be Captain Obvious, but it'll be massive. Already today, AI can compose melodies, write lyrics, and even create entire tracks. It's clear AI can already do, in some way, shape, or form, many of the tasks that musicians, recording engineers, and producers do. What's more important is the question, what can't AI do? And well, AI is not human. And it can't convey human emotions and feelings. And so whether it's for music or for the written word, there's a real limitation to how good the content is that a machine learning bot can create. If you've ever heard music that was created by AI or read copy that was created by ChatGPT, it's quite good, but it's not human good. The easiest way to quickly try that is by using ChatGPT. If you've never used it, it works kind of like a search engine, but it spits out answers in essay form. In fact, thanks to billions in investment from Microsoft, ChatGPT is built into its Bing search engine, so long as you use Microsoft's Edge browser. In the video I'm showing you now, you can see briefly how ChatGPT is generating the result of my query about the impact of AI on the independent music industry. And the content was good. In fact, I used a couple of tidbits of that information in my script for this video. But so far, and I don't want to be immodest here, ChatGPT's output is nowhere as strong, as crisp, or as compelling as the script that this human being wrote for this video. I hope you'll agree after you download the ChatGPT script at the end of this video. Now, even though AI can't convey human emotion, there are certain music uses, certain genres, and certain music jobs that are more at risk from AI than others. If you're a classical violinist or playing a bluegrass band, you're pretty safe for now. But if you make and sell beats for a living, there's a real risk that AI can impact your income. If you create EDM or some other kind of electronic music, AI will be making inroads pretty quickly, if not already. And I think that AI has an opportunity to really disrupt the sync market. If a music supervisor needs a certain sound with a certain mood for a particular scene in a movie or in a game, AI can be a really cost-effective way to find the sounds that work. AI can also really help artists create music. For example, language AI bots can help you with lyric ideas when you've got writer's block. AI can someday potentially streamline your music creation process by, for example, analyzing your existing music and then generating like first drafts for new songs, which you can then adapt, improve, and use. Now, you may not want to do that, but that doesn't mean that some other artists won't. Look, AI is already used to make services like mastering extremely affordable, and inevitably it will impact how you create graphics for your music. If you've seen DALL-E, the AI image generator, you can certainly see how it could one day help you create your album cover art. In the PDF document that you can download at the end of this video, I've included 4 examples of a painting in the style of Matisse that DALL-E generated for me in 3 minutes. They're so cool, I'm thinking of using them in the banner header of our Discmakers website. One other thing to note is that AI can be great for us music fans. It probably won't be long to the day that AI will analyze the music that I listen to the most and then make great recommendations for new music that I would love, maybe even better than Spotify's algorithmic recommendations for their release radar and other playlists. Although, I'm imagining Spotify is already using machine learning to generate some of those recommendations. And speaking of Spotify, have you heard about their new AI DJ, and have you tried it? I gotta tell you, I am loving it. If you're a subscriber and you haven't tried it, here's how you do it. When you're on your Spotify home screen, tap the Music tab at top and you'll see the DJ beta. It'll make a quick intro and then play a set of 5 or 6 songs of a certain genre or mood, and every time that you click it, it'll introduce some new tracks for you with a different mood or genre. And it's all based on your listening habits. So the songs are all stuff that you're inclined to like. Here, let me show you real quick. I'll launch DJ on my phone and just click through so that you can hear the AI DJ interludes, several interludes.
Not feeling it? No problem. I got some editor's picks, a few up-and-coming hip-hop artists that are getting a lot of attention. Gorilla up first. Don't tell me nothing about my exes, man, them niggas say. All right, you want to change it up? Let's do it. I got Gian, a few other artists in that zone. All right, let's change it up to some reggaeton. Don Omar starting us off.
Cool, right? The voice sounds really natural, pretty amazing. I use Spotify DJ several times a week when I don't want to pick my own tunes, like when I'm driving. It's much better than radio, and it's a cool way AI is already enhancing my listening experience as a music fan. So what are the downsides of AI, besides making mediocre music? Well, there are several. Of course, as I already mentioned, for certain music segments or music jobs, AI could eventually replace humans. For example, Spotify's DJ in some cases is better than actual human DJs that I've heard. There already is a company pioneering AI DJs for actual radio stations. More broadly, as AI enters the music mainstream, it will become even easier and cheaper, in other words, pretty much free to create music. And that can certainly have a negative impact on what musicians and recording engineers and mastering engineers get paid if you have to compete against AI-created music. On top of that, as AI starts inevitably creating music, it will lead to a glut of mediocre content being added to streaming platforms. Depending on who you believe, there are already between 30,000 and 60,000 songs a day uploaded to Spotify. With AI, what could it be? Is it possible that 250,000 songs could get uploaded to Spotify in a day? Absolutely. Now, it's unlikely that all that music will seriously impact your ability to get discovered by fans. I mean, what's the practical difference between being 1 in 60,000 tracks launched in April or 1 in 250,000? And I mean one day in April. But if all those AI tracks start getting added to playlists and start generating some real streaming volume, that can impact the royalty rates every artist gets paid. I'm sure there's plenty of other ways AI will impact music. But do you need to be afraid of AI because it's poised to really disrupt the music industry? Let me start by asking this question. How different is AI really from other technologies that have disrupted music creation in the past? Think about computers and the massive impact they've had on music recording since the 1980s with DAWs, digital audio workstations and software like Pro Tools. Think about software applications like GarageBand that allow you to create whole tracks for free, and loop libraries and many other disruptive technologies. Heck, think back to the origins of hip-hop with sampling and electronic beats instead of human drummers, and the resulting chorus of "That's not music" from rock and pop artists. The music industry has been getting disrupted for decades, since the mid-1900s for sure, and all these disruptions have streamlined and changed music creation, recording, and performing. But in my opinion, in many ways, they've disrupted the music industry for the better. More affordable technology meant that music was democratized, that more artists were able to participate in the music creation process. Let's be honest, if it wasn't for digital technology, you might not be an artist today, but you are, and that's a plus for you, for your fans, and for the music industry. And here's the kicker. What none of these disruptive technologies have done is eliminate or replace human beings from the process. And neither will AI. Sure, some music jobs will be replaced by machine learning. That's the unfortunate reality. But really, hasn't that happened for generations as music went from acoustic to electric and from analog to digital? The cool thing is that for every orchestra conductor or traditional music arranger or drummer the industry lost, and I'm speaking to you here as a recovering drummer, we gained hundreds of home recording engineers and beat creators. Look, I can't resist the old drummer joke from back in the 90s. How many drummers does it take to change a light bulb? None. They have machines for that now. Now, it's funny because it has the ring of truth to it, right? But this technological advancement was a good thing overall. Like, for every orchestra that disappeared in the past 50 years, there were thousands of bands and singers and songwriters and rappers that were empowered to create music by technology. To me, it will be like that with AI and machine learning. They are just the latest iteration of that disruption. AI will be a tool for music creators to use. And yes, some music jobs may disappear, but I'm excited about the fact that AI tools can democratize music even further, can turn millions of kids into a new kind of music creator, one that uses digital prompts instead of a keyboard or guitar. And who knows where that will lead the music industry, but I'm happy that I'm around to see it happen. Look, love it or hate it, the AI genie is out of the bottle, and no one will be able to get it back in again. So, do you need to use AI to be viable or even survive as an artist in the future? Absolutely not. Music's about feeling, about emotion. There's always room for a great song performed in a passionate manner to touch a fan's soul. It doesn't matter if it was recorded by the most old-school singer-songwriter on an acoustic guitar, recorded on analog reel, and pressed on a vinyl record. But I would advise you to be curious about what's happening with AI in music and beyond. Stay current, learn what you can. You never know how it could come in handy at some point. In the end, though, the main thing for any artist is to be the best artist possible, with amazing songs, high-quality recordings, and inspiring live performances. If you can deliver that, there's room for you in this big tent we call the music industry. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, as a result of my research into AI for this video, I've created a short PDF document that includes my conversation with ChatGPT about what it thinks AI will do to the music industry, as well as some links to companies and resources that are already using AI to impact music creation. You can download a copy by going to discmakers.com/IMMAI. Thanks for sticking it out with me till the bitter end. See you next time.